Let's get one thing clear from the beginning. If you've ever felt like you aren't the guy women instantly notice at a pursued, it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because no one ever taught you the real language that makes women feel a deep instinctual pull toward a man. My name's Man, and from this point forward, I'm going to be a personal wing girl. My job isn't to flatter you or sell you false confidence. My job is to hand you their tools, the ones that actually work with women. Every week I drop new videos breaking down what women say versus what they actually respond to, because let's be honest, those two things are rarely the same. And today we're diving into one of the simplest yet most powerful shifts you can make as a man. It's so simple, in fact, that it's built around just two words. Two words that completely change how women perceive you. Two words that turn passive, nice guys, into magnetic, grounded men. Ready? Here they are. I want now. Before your inner voice starts panicking, wait, won't I sound selfish? Won't that make him seem rude or entitled? I want you to breathe. Because this is where most good men go wrong. Somewhere along the way, you were conditioned by parents, teachers, even well-meaning mentors to always be polite, to not rock the boat, to keep your wants and needs tucked away so that you wouldn't make anyone comfortable. But here's the twist. Noon tells you, being overly polite, especially in the dating world, often comes across as passive, uncertain, or even disingenuous, and women pick up on that instantly. In fact, by constantly tiptoeing around your desires, you're radioing yourself and her a disservice. You're not being honest, you're not being clear, and you're not being you. And the truth is, the men women are drawn to most aren't the loudest or the flashiest. They're the ones who are grounded in their desire. They know what they want, and they're not afraid to say it respectfully, directly, and unapologetic ally. So, let's take a closer look at what this I want technique actually means in practice. When I talk to men, guys just like you, I often see a pattern. You're polite, you're considerate, you care about women and want to make them happy. That's great. But when you constantly suppress your own wants to appear agreeable or to avoid rejection, you turn into what I call the invisible men. Women don't remember invisible men. They remember the ones who made them feel something, especially a man who expressed a clear, grounded desire. So, how do you begin shifting from that nice guy script to something more confident? You start by retraining your nervous system to tolerate the power of your own desire. And that begins with a simple habit, saying the words, I want out loud. That's right. The saying to words you've probably avoided your whole life are going to become your most powerful tool. This exercise is deceptively simple every day. Say, I want 5 times. It doesn't have to be about women, at least not at first. Start anywhere. I want a black coffee. I want a break. I want to leave early today. These small moments help you rebuild the neural muscle of self-permission. And once you get used to expressing your wants in everyday situations, it becomes second nature to express them with women. No anxiety, no overthinking, just clarity. Let me give you a scenario. Imagine you're talking to a woman, and instead of hiding behind questions like, do you want to hang out summertime? Or vague hints like maybe we could do something, you say clearly, I want to see you next week. Do you feel difference? She will. And it's not about pressure. It's not about forcing her to say yes. It's about allowing her to feel the certainty of a man who knows what he wants. That kind of masculine clarity is magnetic. And here's another twist most men don't realize. Saying, I want is not just about getting the outcome you desire. It's about becoming a man who values himself enough to speak up. When you suppress your wants, you're not being humble, you're being invisible. And women can't connect deeply with a man who's hiding. That doesn't mean bulldozing over her boundaries. It means respecting both her and yourself enough to express what you are here for. Let's say you've been seeing someone casually, but you know you want something more. You've danced around it hoping she'll bring it up first. But what if you simply said, I didn't want to be friends. I want more. You don't need to plead or explain. You just say it. You express it clearly. That's it. And yes, it might feel risky, but the truth is all real intimacy begins where pretense ends. You stop negotiating with your own truth and you show up fully. Now, let's tie this back to something deeper. In the data and insight shared by relationship rips like Amanda Pashuko and Helena Nista, one consistent thread comes up. Women respond to presence, not performance, not smooth talk. Presence. That means being grounded in your body, in your wants, in your integrity. And nothing communicates presence faster than a man who can say, I want without flinching, apologizing, or backing down. So, here's what I want you to try starting today. This is your full I want you leng. For the next 10 days, say I want at least 5 times a day. Use it at the coffee shop. Use it with your boss. Use it with your friends. And yes, start using it with women. Say what you want, even if your voice shakes. A little, even if your heart's racing. Because every time you say it, you'll reclaim a little more of your masculine identity. Eventually, you'll stop tolerating behavior that wastes your time. You'll stop accepting vague situationships or emotional navel women. You'll walk away from flackiness. Instead of making excuses for it. Instead of saying, it's okay you cancelled. Again, you'll convey through your energy. You missed your shot with a woman who's got options. And you'll say it without ever needing to say it directly. Because the way you carry yourself will speak for you. Women notice these subtle shifts. They notice when a man isn't needy, but instead rooted in self-worth. They notice when a man's attention feels like a gift, not a request. And that shift happens the moment you stop trying to be liked and start standing in your truth. Here's something else powerful. Once you normalize saying, I want, you'll also become better at hearing what she wants. That's crucial. This technique isn't about being a bulldozer. It's about creating a space where honesty becomes mutual. She trusts you more when she knows you're not pretending. She relaxes when she doesn't feel like you're hiding your intentions. And in that space, real attraction, real chemistry can finally happen. Eventually, you'll reach a point where you can say things like, I want to take you out Friday night. I want to kiss you right now. I want more than just casual. And you'll say it not as a gamble, but as a natural expression of where you are. And if she's not aligned with it, that's okay. You move on without bitterness because you weren't playing games. You were being honest. Now, if this sounds simple, it is. But don't confuse simple with easy, especially if you've spent years burying your desires to avoid rejection. This takes daily practice. This takes courage. But once it becomes second nature, your entire life will start to shift. Not just with women, but in how people treat you, how confident you feel, and how powerful your presence becomes in every room you walk into. And if you want help going even deeper with this transformation, I've created a full program to walk you through it. It's called How to Become the Man Women Want, and it's packed with decades of insight, coaching, and proven psychology to help you step into your most magnetic self. You'll learn exactly what women are secretly craving, but will never say out loud. The kind of things only another woman like me can tell you. You'll learn how to create attraction through emotional attunement, sexual confidence, and powerful communication. Bear warning though, once you start using these techniques, your guy friends might start noticing. They'll wonder why women suddenly lean in when you talk, why you seem so unfazed, why you are not playing games, and when they see the results. Don't be surprised if they start asking you for advice. So, let's wrap it here. The most attractive men aren't the richest, tallest, or flashiest. They're the ones who know what they want and own it. Start using I want as your daily anchor. Use it to replace fear with clarity and passivity with purpose. Trust me, once you get it to speaking your truth, women won't just notice, they'll respond. Because nothing is more magnetic than a man wounds his desire. Subscribe to their channel if you like the